That Zeke playing RFL's making me laugh. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Left Side Strong Side. I'm your host, Chance Elson. Joining me, my co-hosts, Jacob London and Jeffrey Kahn. This is our weekly show. We come and talk all things football, and this is the big one. The time has come. All roads lead to here. We are upon the Super Bowl. But before we can talk anything football-related, and not even just Super Bowl, anything football-related, we got to look. We're not a basketball talk show. We never advertise as a basketball talk show. But sometimes things happen in the world of sports that we just had to talk about.
This is the second time. Actually, third. Well, okay. Second time the NBA has done this in the last 3 years, where on Super Bowl week there has just been this
a major trade.
Oh, this is the trade. This is the number one news story that we have to talk about now.
What was it the last time?
Was Durant going to the Suns?
It was Durant.
That's right, Durant
going to the Suns was Super
More
Bowl
first round
week.
picks in that deal.
And the sad one obviously is 5 years ago.
Kobe.
It was Kobe was Super Bowl week as well. So it's just.
Are we saying the NBA killed Kobe?
Super Bowl week is cursed.
I mean, yeah.
if you're an NBA fan, something bad will happen to you.
Something major will happen.
Something major will happen to you.
Yeah.
Well, it's bad depending on who you're a fan of. Like, first of all, if you're a Kings fan, I am sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry. Thank you very much. I will happily take Darren Fox and try to rebuild our dynasty. Thank you. Look, I love Darren Fox. Dude's a baller. We got Wemby, stud, going to be like the best player in the NBA very, very soon. If Castle pays off, we have our new big three, and we are going to dominate the West. The big trade happened though, and they fucking knew.
Just on the De'Aaron Fox one, really smart from the Spurs to not give up a lot either. That's
the fact that we kept all our Hawks picks was huge.
Key. That I think is the key thing here for what the Fox trade was and what's so significant about it is that yes, hey, we've got a young superstar. Let's go and let's
build around
capitalize on it and make sure we can build around him. The problem with a lot of teams is they do that, they give away their entire future, and then they can't do anything when that superstar comes in and isn't. And there was a reason that superstar was available. The Spurs haven't done that, and that's a big, and that's a very key and big thing for it. So yeah, well done.
It's not just the trade; the fact that it's looking like he's going to get an extension in the offseason, which is again is huge for the future of this team.
Yeah. So. Yeah, no.
But the real news, the real reason we talk about this is because again, and the team that did it knew what they were doing because it happened at 10 o'clock on a Saturday night.
It was late.
Yeah.
Everybody got the alert that hey, the Mavs just traded Luka Doncic. To which all of us, here's how bad this trade is, or how weird this trade was. Like our immediate reaction wasn't oh my god. Our immediate reaction was Shams got hacked.
Shams got hacked. I will give. So here's the thing, Shams. This is his first major breaking story. This is the biggest story he's ever broken in his entire career.
Oh, that's
he's like as the guy who took over from Woj. This is all lights were on him at the moment. So it was one of those. All right, let's see what you do and let's see how you go with this. The first his retweet of this is real. It's like, okay, that doesn't actually mean anything because if you got hacked, of course you would say that.
You were right, exactly.
Yeah, but when it got retweeted by ESPN and other NBA insiders,
the one that went, oh shit,
we're all just like, oh shit, this did happen. Yeah, the Mavs had in-house. Love him or hate him, Luka Doncic, one of the best players in the NBA. This is a dude that has 5 first-team All NBA selections,
minimum top 4 player.
Minimum, yeah. This dude has 5 first-team All-NBA selections before he turned 25. Steph Curry, Steph Curry has been in the league for over a decade. Even he doesn't have 5 first-team All-NBA selections.
No.
You can, and this came out. This is the last year of his deal. Next year is going to be eligible for a Supermax contract, which that's the kind of dude you pay. The Mavs said, nah, to hell with that. We can do better. And they decided to let him go for Anthony Davis and a 2029 first round pick, which we all saw that and were just like, what?
We're all in. Dallas is all in.
Clearly.
Obviously, I'm shocked. Obviously, I was shocked, and I was sitting there trying to wrap my head around it. I'm still, even 3 days later, convinced there's another story coming. I'm convinced there is something coming.
Not just the conditioning.
No,
that was the weird thing. Like, it came out
coming.
Yeah,
that
it has to be
because
else.
I can justify the trade. Hey. Even
I'd love to hear how. I'd love to hear how.
No, okay.
The trade as it stands?
No, I can. Okay, I can justify the
Trading.
idea behind it. Of hey, look, Luka, as great as he is, we are genuinely concerned with his conditioning. We're genuine, Nico Harrison is an army brat, so his mentality is regiment. You follow rules. You do this. Like, I can understand why.
At the same time, though, like the dude averages 28, 8, and 8 in his career.
I get it. But when
I don't care if you like running or not.
He's playing devil's advocate. He's playing devil's advocate.
I don't think it's the right trade. I don't at all. But I'm trying to devil's advocate this thing.
I interrupted. Continue.
Yeah. So okay. In my mind, Nico Harrison is like, look, if we pay this guy a Supermax contract, we're reinforcing the bad behaviors that we want to get rid of in him. We want to get rid of, and we've been seeing it in the finals when they grabbed the beer off him. Like, there's the clips of the team clearly has a problem with his drinking and has a problem with his conditioning. Very clearly. And again, what he's doing is, that doesn't matter. I'm just trying to go this from Nico's point of view, which I can kind of understand. So it's a culture problem. It's for him. He does not fit the brand of basketball that I want to do. Okay. So he then goes, all right, I am trading him for a elite defensive player because
when healthy.
When healthy, Anthony Davis is a top 2 defensive player in the league. He is one of the best defensive players.
I don't know about top 2, but he's up there.
Okay. So I can justify that. The thing I can't, and what I am wrapping my head around, and it is why I'm convinced there is another story or there is something else coming from this, is why under the cover of secrecy? Why was it so secret and no one else knew? And why was it like that? How did we honestly go? LeBron James didn't know. The players involved didn't know.
Luka's agent didn't know.
No, yeah, how did none of that happen? So that to me is why I go, is there a story? Is there something? Now, obviously there hasn't been. We haven't heard anything or anything, so probably not at this point. But was there real concern of him if it got out that Luka would go, I'm not playing anywhere, I'm not moving, I'm not going to do this, I'm not doing any of that? Maybe, but
I think the dude would have signed a contract in Dallas. He just bought a house there.
I 100% think he would have signed he would have stayed in Dallas. I agree with that. I do think he was going to sign the Supermax. I just don't think. I think a culture fit right now is Nico's problem. What I don't understand is him not holding an option and saying, "Hey,
that's the weird thing." If you want an NFL comp, think back to 5 years ago when Bill O'Brien, in his fucking infinite wisdom, traded DeAndre Hopkins for basically nothing.
Yeah,
he didn't get a first round pick.
No, didn't get a first rounder. And you got a first rounder, yes, but in 2029, when Luka's going to be at his prime, that's good for a pick. 26, 24.
It's not going to be a high pick.
It's going to be low. Yeah.
Now,
yeah.
The thing that I disagree with a lot of analysts and a lot of people, what a lot of people have been saying, this year, I think it makes Dallas better. This specific year.
Well, Luka was hurt.
This year, I think it does, because I think defensively, they're going to be a lot better. And I think that was the big problem with the Mavs this season was defensively. It puts AD in the position he wants to play. He doesn't want to be playing the center, which is he had to do it. He's had to do it in LA. Now he's in the position he wants to play. I think this makes Dallas a better team this year and this year only. It's given Kyrie all the ammo in the world now because you have to sign Kyrie.
You just took away a ton of ammo, but yes, you give him other.
No,
ammo.
I'm meaning like it's given Kyrie all the leverage in a contract negotiation.
Oh, leverage, yes, but yeah, yes. Trying to pin a team on Kyrie Irving. Where have I seen this tried?
Yeah, I get it
twice.
I totally get it.
Also, it's so weird that like he's a big like Luka's bad for the culture, but Kyrie's fine.
Kyrie's fine.
Well, look, for the last 2 years, he has been. In Dallas, he has been for this culture.
Since he was punished for it, yeah.
Yeah, sorry. He's put his head down. He's put his head down, his ass up, and he's worked his freaking butt off. And it's honestly one of the great stories of the last 2 years in basketball of how well Kyrie has been playing. I think, there is also an element of you now have 3 players in this team that were the Robins. All right. Which one of you is going to go out and be Batman? Are any of you? Is it possible? Were we all correct in your careers where you were Robin and when you tried to go out to be Batman, you weren't? Or we now have 3 of you together. Are you able to do something? That
3
to
Robins.
me
There has to be 1 Batman, right?
That's the thing. No, but
it's like the aggregate that combine make 1 Batman.
Exactly.
But that's my thing. Like, now all 3 of them whose whole careers will always be defined by Clay with Steph, AD and Kyrie with LeBron. Like
I forgot Clay was even on the fucking Mavs.
Yeah, like that will be their careers. It will be defined by other people. Unless they go out and win, if they make this work and win a ring, again, don't think they will. Trying to bank again. You trade. I don't understand how trading your best player for an old injury-prone defender makes you better in the long run. I think no, not in the long run.
Not in the long run.
Even in the short run, I don't think it makes you better.
I think maybe
this year and this year alone, it makes them slightly
better.
It
all in 1 year.
Yeah, I think it's this year or bust for them, to be brutally honest.
Good luck.
Well, yeah. Good luck. We all know they're picking.
But I also think it makes this year and this year alone, it makes the Lakers worse. Long term, so much better.
I don't know if it makes them okay. Well, here's the problem with the Lakers. Who is playing center?
That's the problem.
I have no idea who the center on the team is anymore.
There isn't a center, so you're just going to get beaten every single week around the rim. Especially,
you are going to get absolutely destroyed in the paints without AD.
And then the other problem you've got is, cool. We're going to put up 140 points. Yeah, they're going to put up 300. Like, that's going to be each year. Like, it's just you have no defense whatsoever.
Yeah, so, I mean, look, LA, it's a very good move for them because, look, you get Luka and LeBron for a year,
season and a half,
maybe 2.
And then you have Luka.
Well, you've got, you'll get this half and next year, most likely.
Yeah. After that, another year if you're lucky, but that's still
LeBron, next year's it. If it's not this year, next year is.
Well, it's a good thing they already got another James into contract, so you know what? Just fill the void, Bronny.
Shoes have been filled. Let's go.
Not only that, they can sign Luka at a discount. This deal cost Luka a lot of money.
$100 million cost Luka. So they now get Luka at a discount when he signs the 5 years. There's a part of me that thinks he'll only sign like a 2 or 3 year deal. Like he'll sign a short deal so that he can so he gets the max again. So he can get the max again quicker. Because I wouldn't be surprised if that happens because he'll meet it's Luka. He'll meet the requirements like that. Like he'll do it in the next 2. He'll meet them within 2 years. So I think I wouldn't be surprised if he signs a 2 year deal. Hey, you get, and that'll be the compromise. You get me for 2 years. And then afterwards and then if you'll see what I'm like for 2 years, and then I'll get my max deal after that. I think Blake will be a lot happier.
Going back to Kyrie real quick. Kyrie's totally going to opt out and join the team this summer, right? He's totally going to opt out and going to be a Laker.
Like I said, I think he now has all the bargaining power in the entire world because, hey, you want me, I'm now the max contract. You have to pay me. And because otherwise, what? They're going to get rid of him and you've got Clay and AD, and that's it. And so, yeah, like I said, I think in the short term, it is good for Dallas. But my God, did you just blow up the future of your franchise on the smallest of small dart throws? Like this is a hope and a prayer. And
this is the NBA equivalent of like trying to DM Scarlett Johansson. Like, good luck. But
yeah,
you can try.
The biggest that is part of the big problem with this. Like
like, do you realize how bad you have to be the most incompetent GM in the same city as Jerry Jones?
Dallas is just
like
a perfect spot for GMs like that.
I'm not willing to go. Like, okay, so here's the thing. The irony about all of this is the Mavs could win the next 2 championships and we would still go, you've lost. It's all the entire way. The only way
is if Luka
doesn't win.
Is if Luka doesn't win a championship. That's the only.
Not only that, but like I think Luka has to like fall off a cliff.
I don't think I don't know if
Just
falling off a cliff. I think
because that would make a lot of sense as to why you don't extend that dude.
If he that's the no. So okay. If his conditioning doesn't improve, then yes. I agree. Then it's going to be one of those like, all right, now, unfortunately, you just sent him to, the Lakers, and we pissed him off. So guess what? We just gave him all the motivation.
I think it's going to get better.
It's going to remind me of when remember when Harden got traded from the Rockets to the Nets because like he was super heavy and he just got like lost a ton of weight out of nowhere. I feel like that's where we're gonna be. Also, I saw him get out the plane in LA. There's no way that dude's fucking pushing 270. There's no fucking way.
No chance.
There's no way that dude's pushing 270.
No, like he may have turned up overweight in the off season. Like I said, it's the I do think it does come down to a culture with Nico Harrison and Luka. Like they just are not on the same page. I can kind of understand that. But I also and I get Matt's right in the chat with this also being the politics of wanting a new stadium and the new owners and coming in. I'll say this. I will say this. Mark Cuban never would have done this.
No, Mark Cuban would have bitch slapped Nico Harrison like right on the spot.
And I wouldn't be surprised if Mark Cuban still bitch slaps him.
Yeah, he might just find a bitch slap anyway. Like, and shit. If I'm Nico Harrison in Dallas, I just like don't go outside.
You're gonna hire some security.
Hire security.
And I will admit,
DoorDash everything.
And look, the press conference didn't help. The press conference really didn't help.
Jason Kidd looks like he wants to murder him right there.
Yeah, like the press conference, and I understand that you want to also not be so like attack the player, but like if you're his justification from publicly has been, oh no, this is what we believe for our player, this is what we believe, blah blah blah. And it's like, why won't you say that? He's going around in circles and saying, oh, I just wanted AD, It's like, this is good. Yeah. The other thing is,
you didn't have to give up Luka Doncic to get AD. If you want AD, you can get AD and not give up Luka Doncic.
Yeah. I'm gutted for AD with this, and not from I'm gutted from AD because that city is never going to love him. Like he is,
Dallas
AD is going to be the unintentional villain of this, and everything. Like everything he does on this team, it's just going to have the black mark of, yeah, but this cost us Luka. And it's not even his fault. Like I'm gutted for him for that sense. Like he's, AD's always been second fiddle. Like, his entire Lakers tenure has been, why haven't you taken that next step? And he's now just kind of been discarded to the Mavs. And yeah, I'm gutted for AD for that.
Yeah, I mean, at least he got a ring.
Yeah.
At the same time, though, this is. I bet he's like thinking like, God damn, I did Space Jam 2, and this is what you did. This is what you do to me. But he should be happy because he's a masterpiece. But
speaking of actually, and then there's the LeBron side of it all. Straight up, I believe he had no idea.
There's no way he would ask him to trade AD.
I believe 100%. He had no idea.
There's if you could make a list of everybody LeBron would not want to trade for the Lakers, it's AD, his son, and that's the list. Just those two. Trade anybody else, except those two.
The other thing this has just done is now made Austin Reeves tradable, as in I wouldn't be surprised if the Lakers do trade him because they were never going to do it when AD was there because they needed that second scorer. With Luka now, Austin Reeves becomes tradable, which is if they do, because they got until tomorrow. Is it tomorrow or Thursday? I can't remember.
I think it's tomorrow.
If they make a move for someone at center or something, they've at least got. Now have an asset.
Oh, it's Thursday. Okay,
it's Thursday. They've got an asset now that
you can get something decent for.
You'll get something for Austin Reeves. You'll absolutely get something. You'll get something. You might not be the most amazing thing in the world, but you'll get something for him. And then the other part. No, there was one other part I wanted to say about this, and I've just completely. With LeBron, first time in his career, he will be the second best player on the field, on the court.
Yeah,
he's never.
Currently, absolutely.
He's never had that before. So this is going to be interesting. That's the most. That to me is fascinating. We are for the first time ever going to see a LeBron James where he is not the best player on the court, as in for his team.
Yes, because 1,000%.
We've never seen that, and I am fascinated by that and how well they're going to play together. Because I truly think there's going to be teething issues. I think it's going to take a while for them two to get on the same page.
Absolutely.
We saw it when Kyrie joined the Mavericks, and that was we got Kyrie halfway through the season and then missed the playoffs. It's why I think short term this season, I don't think the Lakers are going to be good. I think the Lakers are going to kind of have.
It's like when the Suns trade for KD. It's just there's some growing pain that they need to work out. It didn't have time to work out.
But the Suns at least won a playoff series that year, and then lost to the eventual champions. I think they lose a play-in. I think the Lakers.
Oh no, the Lakers. There's no way unless they can get a really really good center.
Unless they make a move. If they
maybe call the Wolves for Naz Reid. Naz Reid at center, not bad. You can get him.
But if that as presently constituted, I don't think the Lakers can do anything this year. But they're set up for the next decade. And so obviously you 1,000% make this trade. There is it's one of those, we're going to have the shortest of short-term pain, but we are now set up for a decade. We're set.
Conversely, either we do Dallas, either we do it now or God, this city's gonna hate us.
Yeah, basically.
These Cowboys are gonna help you.
And lastly, in the world of the NBA, we did get word today. Joel Embiid is playing. Hooray!
And that's it. And moving on.
An increasingly rare sight in the NBA. The dude's played played 13 games all season. To put that in perspective, 2021, 2022, the dude had more technical fouls at this point. That whole season, he had more technical fouls than he has plays this season. It's insane.
God.
But now we're going on to the actual, what we're actually here to talk about, actual NFL football talk. So what's our first? Got a couple stories. We got the actual Super Bowl.
Hey,
yes,
Matt.
Hey,
Matt,
speaking of Matt.
yes, Matt. I know. I know. I was supposed to send you the link. I will bring you on if and when he gets traded. Yeah. So Myles Garrett, pretty much the only thing in Cleveland worth a damn right now, has requested a trade. To which, well, first of all, I think putting him in Tennessee would be hilarious, given the Mason Rudolph reunion. But yeah, this is massive if he gets traded, and I do firmly believe he will.
So here's the thing for me with this. I completely understand because they are in full rebuild mode. You don't have a quarterback. You straight up don't have a quarterback.
And you can get like solid assets for this dude.
It's minimum at least 2 first-round picks.
I don't know about 2.
I don't know 2.
I think you'll get like a first and a second.
First and a second.
I think it's a first and a few lowers. Like
I think like 2
it's gonna,
years ago.
well, okay,
it's
gonna depend on the first. Like if
how high the first is.
Yeah, like if the first is top 15, then all right, you probably get that and like a fourth. Like but if he goes to if it's the 30th pick of the draft or something.
But at the same time, like he wants to go to a contender. Granted, he doesn't have a no trade clause, so it really doesn't matter where the hell he wants to go. Garrett has no trade clause, so he really could go wherever he gets sent.
Yeah,
I gotta believe Haslam. Look, he's done a lot of things wrong. I'm hoping he does this one thing right and send him somewhere.
You take the best offer. I 100% take the best offer.
I mean, I don't know if we need Myles Garrett. I'll take him if he's available. I don't know if we need him, but we have way more pressing needs.
Going to the Steelers.
He's not going. No. There's no way that he's traded.
No way he's going into the division.
I don't think he's traded in the conference. I think he goes to the NFC.
Look, if I'm being brutal, I don't know if he's traded. Not this offseason, at least.
What does his contract look like?
He must
his contract.
Let's see.
So if he gets if he gets traded, it's a $36 million dead cap.
Okay. And when's his out?
Next 2 years from now.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, no. Okay, so they have. So he's got voided years from 2027. But yeah,
I do believe he gets traded because I think you can actually get genuine assets for this dude, and I think it will behoove you to trade him. I'm not just saying that as a division rival. I would say this even if I wasn't a fan of a team in this division. I just think it's smart to trade that dude.
Here's the thing: if some team goes, we'll give you two firsts,
then trade him.
Then I think you probably should because if especially if it's a bad team, like if it's two firsts, fuck it. Yep, we'll do it, Miles. You can go deal with them and you can deal with their negotiation. We don't care. If it's a hard cap of a first and a third or something like that, I don't know. I like if you're only getting a single first back and it's this year's first where there's not, you know what I mean? Like it's not like this is a particularly deep draft class.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. I don't know if it's quite worth it for the dead cap hit you're going to take.
If he's not traded, do you think Garrett would hold out?
Probably not.
Unless I think Garrett's either traded or extended. There's no in between. I don't think he takes a snap in the field. Like if for the Browns, I don't think he takes another snap. It's not a new contract.
Yeah, but I can't see this one being about money. This one does unless it's literally just a. I can't see it being about money mostly because
I think about money just because he's so far out from when he's off a contract.
But also, what the fuck money do the Browns have at this point? Like, it's all put into Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Might not be able to pay him. I genuinely think you got to rebuild that team in general. So if you can get assets for Garrett,
like the Browns are in for a full blown rebuild at this point, and unless they hit on a quarter, if they get Shador and he hits, and I mean is Jaden Daniels straight away hits, then okay. The Browns can probably reboot pretty quickly and pretty easily, but you're putting a lot of money on this happening. So yeah, Deshaun's not off the books for 2 more years, dude. Like, I know you keep thinking that they're hoping to get some insurance payout. It ain't happening. The NFL's not going to allow it. They're just not, because the NFL the other owners are going to want to make an example of this and say no other player is ever getting this type of contract ever again, and this is why. They are not going to allow this contract to somehow wiggle out of it. It's not. The NFL is going to make the Browns and the Haslams pay it, because we do not want to ever give another player the potential ability to do a fully guaranteed contract ever again.
Especially not with that many sexual harassment lawsuits. We're speaking of which.
Should we talk about Justin Tucker?
Take all of that out of it, which again, just horrificness and the NFL do not want
I know where Garrett's going. He's going to the Ravens. They're going to trade Garrett for Justin Tucker and give him another fully guaranteed contract for a kicker.
That is what is never going to happen. So yeah.
Garrett's asked to be traded. Somebody else who is going to be traded, whether he wants to or not, Cooper Kupp.
They found a younger replacement.
He's going to be. I mean, Puka hit. And
they found the heir apparent. Yeah,
and has hit really well. He's going wherever he goes. He is the number 2 option, if not number 3 at this point. Injuries have just decimated this guy's career. It's over. He'll be the number 2 or number 3 at best. You're getting a third for Cooper.
Yeah, at this point, yes.
That's my thinking.
You're getting a third, and that's from a desperate team at this point. You're getting a third with 1,000 conditions on it. So, it's probably probably a 6th with a chance to go to a third if he plays X amount of snaps.
You'd be smart for a conditional 4th.
Yeah, I just don't know how much you're actually going to get for Cooper Kupp at this point. So yeah, look, there's teams that could use him. Sure. We could use him.
The Bills.
The Bills really could
use him. The
Chargers absolutely.
Chargers could use him, and just as
Carolina, I think Carolina would be
Carolina would be good for him.
Packers,
depending on what Pete Carroll does, the Raiders, because we don't have fucking anything else. So
we need some locker room leaders.
You've got him. That could maybe be a little bit of something on offense. So there is that where maybe, but for the most part, I don't really know where else he goes. You watch, he'll be on the Chiefs next year and he'll fucking get another MVP.
Why did you have to say it? God damn it.
He'll go to the Chiefs next year.
If Hopkins shows us anything, playing Patrick Mahomes doesn't always provide.
It doesn't make you.
Boost.
Yeah, it doesn't
make you. But guess what? Guess what? DeAndre Hopkins is most likely getting this year.
Well, let's talk about that.
Well, what a segue.
We'll talk about that right now, not even later. Right now, because we are now going into our Super Bowl preview. Let's look at the teams first of all, representing the AFC. Of course,
6th time in 7 years.
The Kansas City Chiefs. Don't give them the finger. You had the chance to stop this, and you didn't do it. This is your fault.
Oh, okay.
I hate this fucking thing.
Yeah, so let's examine the team as a whole. Because look, when it comes to Kansas City Chiefs, there's only one name that needs to get brought up. Patrick, goddamn. Okay, that one too. Patrick, goddamn Mahomes.
And look, it's the only name that matters. I'm sorry, it literally is. Like,
but that's the thing. Like, even like by Mahomes standards, this has been like a really, really down year. Like, this is the one year I think Mahomes has not finished the top 10 QB.
And guess what?
If you look at like the QBs that played this year,
game.
Yeah. No, yeah, definitely one.
They've lost one game.
The only one was Carson Wentz,
They've lost one game, and then they got their revenge for it. I don't care that his stats are down, that everything else is bad. It's Patrick fucking Mahomes. This is Michael Jordan of the NFL, guys. It's just, we're just sitting here, and we got to deal with it. It sucks. I hate it. I hate it here.
But the real star of this team, at least for me, and from my eye test, that KC defense is becoming legit.
Oh, it's amazing. It's fantastic.
Like, I love and like, you think about, like, not very many big names. You have Chris Jones, absolute stud.
Yep.
McDuffie, good. Other than that,
McDuffie's gonna haunt me for the rest of my fucking life.
Kyer Elam. But yeah, so yeah, you got McDuffie in the secondary. You have George Karlaftis, fantastic edge rusher. Justin Reed leaves a little bit of his eye. Those other than McDuffie, who's really good.
Yeah.
Secondary does leave some things to be desired.
But it comes down to Spagnuolo.
Because that dude knows how to dial a blitz at the best possible time. And on the offense, I mean, not loaded, but loaded with enough. I mean, you have Travis Kelce, who, again, down here, but he's still Travis Kelce. Still a legitimate threat at receiving.
Still a threat.
Still something to count for.
It's Travis Kelce. He turned it on in the playoffs. It's it's the playoffs? Yep, I'm back. And that's what he does. He just does it. He's done it the last 3 years, guys. Like,
yeah. You got Pacheco. Getting solid running back.
Yeah.
Him and Hunt, not a bad tandem. Not a bad tandem between the two of them.
Nope.
Other than that, you got D-Hop, Hollywood Brown, good deep threat. Juju, yeah. Juju, who weirdly turns on at the most random time. Like the Juju big plays come at the weirdest possible times. And like, this is a team that's, and I'll talk about it, probably talk about it more later. They're not really, when you look at them, like you watch them play, they're not really good at anything except winning the game. That's the only thing they're really good at.
And
they're not good at anything, but they're not bad at anything either.
Yeah. There's no, like, you're right. The biggest hole that we can point to is, well, they don't really have any weapons. I mean, they might not, but they still somehow if they need
they get enough out of the weapons they have.
They get it. Yeah. And it really comes down to I think the most underappreciated part of this entire three-peat, which is both Andy Reid and Steve Spagnuolo.
Yeah.
They're the two,
I think Spags nominated for Assistant Coach of the Year?
Coordinator of the Year?
I
thought it was the same thing. If he's not, he really should be.
Yeah. Assistant Coach. Don't know. We'll get back to you.
Okay. But like the biggest thing with KC, they're well coached. They don't make many mistakes.
No, and that's the thing with this team is when the playoffs start, they turn on. They're a different team, and they just suddenly, they'll score 30 points in a game. They will look, their defense will lock in. They will look unbeatable because they are. And that's just who this team is. They turn up in this moment. It's the biggest moment of Patrick Mahomes. This is the single biggest game of Patrick Mahomes' career. He's going to do something that no other player has ever done in their entire career.
Oh, no. Hold up. Before we talk about, the ramifications, the bigger picture, they are indeed facing another team. Whether you want to talk about it or not, they are indeed facing another team representing the NFC, the Philadelphia Eagles. I feel like we just saw this. Didn't we just see this?
We did just see this.
Okay, maybe we didn't see it. Whatever. This coming back within 2 years their last
2
Super
years.
Bowl loss, in which they did play really well.
They did.
To a really fringe holding call, which
lost by 3.
which we talked about on the show. But yeah, you know my feelings about that. But they did what they need to do. They not only reloaded, they got fucking tanks.
Yeah, they have. No, they've got. Look, they've got.
And we only mentioned one name in the conversation of reloading. Saquon.
That's
That's the biggest difference.
Okay, because I personally think the defense is a bit of a wash between. Okay, so compared to last Super Bowl, that's what I'm trying to like. This team, I'm going to compare them to the last Super Bowl that they played because I think
it's not
I need to do that with this team, because obviously they're coming in as the underdogs and the ones who are trying to prevent the 3-peat.
Yeah.
So the last time. I think defense now compared to last time was a lot more of a pass rush. This time's a lot more on corners. Like
this one, they are more built to cover pass. But that secondary, absolutely loaded.
Exactly.
It's a good thing against Patrick Mahomes.
The pass rush isn't as strong as it was last time when they had Reddick and
Sure.
I mean, Joshua still there. I think Brandon Graham's coming back to play in this one, if I'm not mistaken.
I think they activated him.
I mean, no Fletcher Cox, but that's fine. At the same time, though, you got Jalen Carter, you got Jordan Davis, you got Zach Baum, outstanding.
I'm not saying it's bad. I please.
No, I know.
It's just not as
potent as a lot. And I agree with you. I do agree with you.
Yeah.
However, I don't think you need as potent a pass rush when your secondary is that stacked. I mean, look. Yeah. When you have a white corner who's balling, that says a lot about your defense.
And he's not even the best corner on your team.
And look, so the other, and then obviously this year, you're right. Saquon's turned up, and Saquon has changed the way that this team has played football. He has never had less than 100 yards in rushing in a playoff game ever. So he
didn't really play in the playoffs that often when he was.
I know, but like, he's played.
Yeah, that may just be in Cancun by this time of year.
6 games, I think, in the playoffs.
Yeah, and every time he goes over 100 yards, especially like with that offensive line, even without Kelsey,
this will be his 6th. This will be his 6th.
So 5.
Yeah, he's played.
But even without like everyone, well, not everyone, mostly him, was very concerned about how the tush push was going to work. Without one Jason Kelsey. Turns out, still pretty well.
And again,
you don't need to do it as often.
And here's the other thing. Turns out they're still the only team in the league that can do it.
Like they can do it consistently.
Yeah, like they're the ones that can do it. I think after, and we kind of litigated this last week. I think after last week,
the Washington thing.
After the Washington thing, I wouldn't be surprised if it's gonna die.
That could happen on any play. That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
there's no reason to ban it because T could jump out. There's no reason. That's ridiculous.
Will there be a score awarded in this game?
The other, so there's that. Okay, the other, again, we can talk about. We'll talk about it in matchups, but Vic Fangio is the secret weapon for this team. Now he's one
of the X factors. There's several X factors for.
It is fascinating. I'll talk about that more when we get into actual like the matchup. But for me, the single biggest, the 2 biggest X factors in this game is Nick Sirianni as the head coach, and what Jalen Hurts is going to turn up, because is the Jalen Hurts where, you don't have to do a lot because Saquon's doing it all. So we're going to take a lot of the pressure off you, and you're not going to be throwing the picks. You're not going to be putting all, kind of like they were in those first 4 games and the Atlanta game especially. Are we going to get that Jalen, or are we going to get one where,
they shut Saquon down. So
they shut Saquon down. I now have to take over, and AJ's,
more importantly, what book is he reading for this week?
Well, that's my point. Like, are we going to get an AJ who's shitty that he isn't getting the ball, or are we going to get an AJ? Yeah, like
I mean, I think if he gets I think AJ can get like 3 receptions for 40 yards. If he wins a ring, he's not going to care.
He's not gonna right, exactly.
yeah.
So let's transition.
But if he's not, but okay. If he gets the ring, he's not going to care. In the third quarter, they're down 10 points, and
the camera's gonna cut to him a lot.
and Hurts is throwing a pick. What's AJ's reaction going to be? That's my point. Is like, Hurts is throwing a pick because he's forcing the ball to AJ, and suddenly they're down 10 points. Like, that's kind of my AJ's gonna get shitty, and that's the concern. That's a little bit of my like fear for the Eagles. But
so let's move on. Let's talk about the keys to victory for each of these teams. Starting with, I'm assuming, the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you put keys to victory. So Chiefs keys to victory. Obviously, you gotta shut down Saquon as best as possible. I know easier said than done, but like if you can shut down that running game and try to make it beat you over the top. Granted, they have the receiving core that can beat you over the top, but it's going to put a little more earnestness on Jalen Hurts to try and do it.
So you want to? So I just mentioned Saquon's never had a playoff game under 100 yards.
You think this is the one?
No. You know what Spags has never had? A rusher go for over 100 yards in a playoff game against his defense. So one of them's breaking it this year. And that's the most bad. Like that.
But at the same time, though, what kind of runners does Spags face in the playoffs?
Okay, so you're
not what kind of, but like who exactly Spags face?
Well, okay, Christian McCaffrey last year.
Yeah, McCaffrey.
McCaffrey's a big one from last year.
I guess no. Spags wasn't there for Derrick Henry, was he?
Well, last year against Baltimore, yeah. Oh no, yeah. So it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't Henry. It was
Henry would have been a few years back.
Edwards or Dobbins.
I don't know how long Spags has been there.
Since 09, no, since 19. So yeah. So he stopped Derrick Henry. He stopped Derrick Henry in the AFC Championship game. Like that's okay. That's a legit one.
Wait, Henry wasn't on the Ravens last year.
Titans.
The Titans. Sorry.
When the Titans.
You're right. I keep forgetting the Titans went to the championship.
But yeah, I think those are like hands down the 2 best runners he's faced. And granted, he did beat them both. They beat them both.
This isn't it's not a fake stat. That's what I'm trying to get at. Like,
I know it's not real.
It's like you're not just playing scrubs.
Yeah, there are legit running backs in there where it's like, oh, you have stopped people. Like it's okay, you actually can do this, and you are good at doing this. Now, to be fair, both of those teams, like Hurts is better than any of the quarterbacks on those teams. Like Hurts is better than Brock. Hurts is better than Tannehill. But you are now putting a lot more it's going to then be like, okay, cool. You want to beat us. For me, the keys to victory in this one is, hey, Hurts, you've got to beat us.
You also got to be
the one who has to beat them.
Continue to be selective about when you play the blitz, especially against this offensive line.
Yeah,
you gotta pick the exact right moments to overload, which Spags has done pretty well.
Yeah, and that's that to me. If the Chiefs, which again, I think the Chiefs are going to win this. I think it's a close game, but I do think the Chiefs will win it. And the way they're going to win it is because they're going to shut down Saquon Barkley, and because and they're going to be like, Jalen Hurts, you have to beat us, and Hurts is going to make a mistake, because that's what that was how the Chiefs won the last Super Bowl.
Yeah, that wasn't the only way out. But
no, but that's how it. That's how the Chiefs win is.
I do agree. Yeah, you have to put it on Jalen Hurts. I think he can rise to the occasion, but that's a big ask. You got to get pressure on him, because I don't know if your secondary can hold up as well. Like you're probably going to sick McDuffie on AJ Brown most of the time.
Yeah,
smart. However, who's covering Devontae Smith? Who's covering Dallas Goedert?
Goddard's we'll talk about
Goddard's another X factor. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, Goddard's another strike. If you get Goddard going, that's actually going to be pretty scary.
If we want to talk about Eagles, Goddard's my biggest one.
Yeah, Goddard's a big one.
If Goddard gets going in this, that's how the Chiefs are like suddenly. Oh shit! Okay, but what they can't do, and this is where Sirianni and Kellen Moore have to have discipline and have to back themselves. You cannot Ravens this. You cannot. And like
out of Saquon's hands.
And oh shit! It's the first quarter, and Saquon's got 3 yards. Like
and then you suddenly just start going away from it,
and you move away because you know. Look, if it's 21-0 and Saquon's got 3 yards, okay, yeah, you kind of have to because you're in trouble. But
also, Saquon gets better in the second half.
But that's my point. If they're shutting down Saquon in that first quarter, and you then go, shit, they've shut him down, Jalen Hurts, you have to win the game. Congratulations, Chiefs, on your three-peat. Like
don't panic.
If they stop going to Saquon at the end of the first or halfway through the second quarter,
Gainwell's playing way more than we think he should be playing, then we're
to me, if we look at the stat sheet at the end of this game and Saquon's got 20, like let's say 15 carries and Hurts has thrown the ball 40 times, I'm telling you right now, the Chiefs won this game.
Yeah,
There is no way that the Chiefs lose if Jalen is forced to throw the ball 40 times. I know I sound like I'm attacking Jalen. It's not that. It's
just
your best.
It's just the reality of the team. Like I totally get it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He shouldn't be throwing 40 times.
Another thing I'll throw out there for the Eagles. Something that they've done very well in the season that they're gonna have to do with this game. Keep the Chiefs' offense off the field.
Yeah.
Clock management.
Ball control, clock management. That's something the Eagles done very well. They're really good at dominating time possession. They can do that.
And that game against the Steelers where they didn't get the ball back.
Yeah, no, that's
the prime example.
And then the other thing is, turnovers. So far this playoffs, the Eagles have 11 I think it's either 10 or 11 turnovers.
I'm about to say, like, there's no way that team has 10 turnovers.
No, like
they forced
that many. Like, this defense is forcing turnovers. The Chiefs have, I think, one. I
was the fumble against the Bills?
Yeah. No, where they've forced one. I think
they forced one turnover.
Like, I think it's one, and it was against the Texans. I think I could be wrong.
No, but that does sound kind of.
But only played 2 games.
But I know they've only played 2 games, and they never forced a turnover against us.
Yeah,
I think it was against the Texans. So that's a big thing. Like, it's okay. Turnovers are going to be key for this. If you can force the Chiefs to turn the ball over again, that is no small task. It's Patrick Mahomes.
You're lucky to get one,
but it is possible. Like, remember
it is. I mean, it's definitely possible. But if you can, that is your only way to victory. I think. Like, I think that is
possessions.
You have to steal. You have to steal at least 1 possession, if not 2.
You also have to get out the field on third downs.
Yeah,
like you cannot let this keep for like third down ad nauseum. And that goes to like one of my main points of defense. You gotta limit the Mahomes improvisation.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Like
because that's where he excels.
A third and 7 where Mahomes just runs 15 yards.
Yeah.
That's it. Like it's cool. Yep. That's going to be so demoralizing for this team, and it's just. Yeah,
and you also got to try and lock up Kelsey, which I think you can, given like the secondary. Like, say you have like, here's what I say you do. I say you put Mitchell on Kelsey, put Slay on D-Hop, and put DeJean on Brown, or whoever's fastest. Put that guy on Hollywood Brown.
Sure.
But then you've got Worthy running up the gut.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Worthy.
Oh shoot. Yeah, like
turns out they do have weapons.
Yeah, they actually do.
Thanks, Bills.
Yeah, you're welcome for that.
Yeah, no, like, yeah, I didn't figure that worthy, mostly because the team most forgets about worthy.
I mean,
But yeah, I think you can like allocate resources to try and like eliminate some of these
You
weapons.
should be able to. You know.
I think. Look,
Just can they win?
I don't think there's okay. So, do we want to go into predictions now? Like, just
I got one more key for the
Sorry, yeah, go, Keith.
Jake Elliott, because if you need Jake Elliott to hit a field goal over 50 yards,
that's
he ain't
another
making
like.
it. So you better hope he shows.
Here's the thing. Okay, so here is kind of the like. If you're an Eagles fan, which I am not,
Okay.
but if you're an Eagles, are you kind of hoping he misses the first one, so you're just going for two?
Get it out of your system.
No. So you're just like, nope, we're going for it on. We're going for it on fourth down.
Miss it early, so
that you just go, nope, we don't trust him, so we're going for it. Or are you like, no, we back him, and then he misses on the critical one?
No,
that's what I mean. Like,
I'd rather he miss early.
Yeah, like, is it miss early and then you start,
and then you go for it,
and you start being aggressive, or
I'd rather that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, at the very least, you got to make sure you're within 50 yards.
Yeah, no, you can't ask Jake Elliott to hit over physical. Honestly, I think win or lose, I think Elliott's done on this team, right? We all agree. I think Elliott's done,
unless he's somehow the hero.
So unless he wins the game.
Yeah.
And I look, another key to victory is Vic Fangio. Like, I think he's huge for this team. You like, people forget Fangio's the one, not who created, but who was the one who popularized and went, this is how you beat Mahomes with the too high safety. Do you remember after the Super Bowl, after the 2019 Super Bowl, and then
he was on the Broncos?
This is when he was the head coach of the Broncos, and he played Mahomes twice a year. He did the two high safeties, and it was when Mahomes they were ugly games. They won, like the Chiefs won them, but they were like 9-10 points. Like, they were ugly games because. And this was when they had Tyreek Hill, and they were the most electric show in football.
Yeah.
But he went. You put two high safeties on there. Then they don't have a run game. You force them to go.
Yeah,
elsewhere.
and also like the Eagles run defense, I wouldn't try to run on them either.
Yeah, no, but I'm more. I'm meaning.
No, I know what you mean. I'm just adding the point where like the Eagles have a really solid run defense.
But Fangio had figured out he figured out at the time how to beat Mahomes. Now Mahomes has now since learnt. I can beat them this way, and he has, and that's again why Mahomes is so fucking goddamn good is because he has completely changed his game. He's no longer I am just the most electric show in football. I can be a game manager to a
death by 1,000 cuts.
Yeah, he'll like fuck me, like yeah. So it's the way Fangio coaches this defense is going to be huge for the Eagles.
Yeah, and Fangio is a guy who notoriously like doesn't blitz a ton. Might want to change that a bit. Might not see it coming.
Yeah,
that's just what I would consider doing if I was the DC. Before we get into actual predictions in the game, I do want to talk about something that a lot of people are going to be watching for anyway, minus one person, well, one Canadian, the halftime show. So here's my prediction for his halftime show. I think Kendrick is going to act like he's not going to do Not Like Us.
Okay.
He's going to go through his whole set, and then he's going to look like he's done, and then you're going to hear the dun, 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 dun. He is just going to live execute Drake in front of millions of people.
Mm-hmm.
See, I think I think it's going to be the opposite. I think he opens with it, does his set, and closes with it. Like I think
he does it twice.
I think he could do it. I think there's a good chance he does it twice.
His whole performance is just going to be that song on repeat.
Exactly.
No, I think I truly think that is how he'll do both. He'll do it twice, and it will be one of those like, oh shit moments. Either that. Okay, I think he either opens with Not Like Us or
I think he does Meet the Grams, and I think I can do Meet the Grams and Not Like Us.
That's true.
People forget he has more than one diss track against Drake.
I know
yes, he does.
But Not Like Us is the one.
That's the one. Yeah,
that just won all the Grammys.
Yeah, the Drake diss song has many Grammys in his entire discography. That's just hilarious. Secondly, dude, is it? Let's give one prediction as far as like a surprise guest that we think could show up. Could show up well, I mean, Sis is already there, which tells me that I think they're definitely going to do All Stars. I think All Stars definitely.
I think they either open with he either opens with Not Like Us or All the Stars. I think it's one or the other.
I think All the Stars comes in the middle. I think Sis is going to get a song. They're going to do All the Stars together. The one I'm thinking could show up, Schoolboy Q. I think Schoolboy Q has a really good chance of showing up, and they do collard greens.
This is not my area of expertise. So.
Yeah,
I cede the floor. I cede the floor to you.
Okay, well then I'm calling it. I'm calling
the white guy, the white Australian about.
I didn't even know who Chance just said.
I'm calling my surprise guest Schoolboy Q. All right, moving on. So we're talking.
I'll pretend I know who that is.
Or 2 Chainz. I can see 2 Chainz coming up too.
Okay, well, there's a name.
No chance. I no idea.
Eminem again? No.
I know Not Like Us because it's an awesome song. That's about it.
All right, so that's that time show. Now we're going into our official predictions. I mean, Jacob, we already know where you're going, so go ahead.
We know where he's going.
Okay.
As much as it makes him throw up in his mouth.
Look, I
not as much as the other person winning.
To be fair, I have said this since day one. I've been saying this for 2 years now.
We said it was inevitable at the beginning.
Don't throw away.
No, I've been saying Patrick Mahomes is Michael Jordan of the NFL. That he has come in and this is going to be him dominating this entire decade. Is going to belong to Patrick Mahomes, and we're at the end of it. We're going to be talking about the 2020 Chiefs, like it's or the 20s Chiefs, the way we say the 90s Bulls.
These Bulls.
That's just we are in his era, and that is what it is. And great, we just all have to live in it. I think they win this. I don't think it's handedly. I think this is a close game. I think this is an ugly, not an ugly game as I think it's kind of a mix of the last 2 Super Bowls. I think it's better defensive. I think it's a much better defensive game than it was the first time around. But I also think that Mahomes I don't think Mahomes plays anywhere near as electric, and I don't think Jalen plays anywhere near as well either. I think that it's very much a defensive-minded game. I think that the Chiefs eke it out. I think they stop Saquon. I do believe in Spags' defense, and I think he stops Saquon, and suddenly the ball is in Jalen Hurts' hands, and Hurts is going to make a mistake that ultimately costs the team the Super Bowl. And so I'm going to go 2024 Chiefs.
Okay. Khan?
I think even when they try to stop Saquon, he's still special enough that stopping him is just 100 yards still. So I think, and that's the big difference between this team and the last Eagles team, because the last time their leading rusher was Kenneth Gainwell with 20 yards. So I think
minus Hurts, but was it not Hurts?
Minus Hurts, it was Hurts, but yeah, the leading running back.
Leading running back was Gainwell
with 20 yards. So now that you have a marked improvement over that, I think, and they only lost by 3 the last time. So I think. Yeah. It's not just me picking against the Chiefs. I think the Eagles have a legit shot, and I think they win. It's also it's still close. But
I think of all the teams that the Chiefs face, I think the Eagles. I think just the Eagles overall have been playing the most complete football when they've been on, and seeing them in these playoffs, you can tell this is going to go whoever wants it more. And from what I've seen, I truly do believe the Eagles want it more than the Chiefs do right now. I think there are a lot of guys who are hungry for their first rings. Again, if the Chiefs win, I'm not going to be shocked, not going to be upset, I'm not going to be sad. But I do think. Oh, you'll be
shocked if they don't win.
No, I'll be sad.
Oh, you'll be sad if they win.
I'm not shocked.
No.
I'll be shocked if they. I'll be shocked if they lose. I will actually be shocked if.
And furthermore, I do need the Eagles to win to pay a long-standing bet with Jacob London.
We can finally say Super Bowl champ Kenny
Pickett. But no, like even aside from that, I do think that the Eagles have what it takes to go and take on a team like the Chiefs. It's a matter of like, are they going to do it? And I do believe they will. Bottom line, I need to be a shootout. As long as it's a shootout, I don't care who wins. My wallet wins.
Then it's a good game. Yeah.
Well, and also like again, as long as it goes over 50 points total, then I win either way. So
I don't think it does. I really don't. I think there's going to be a defensive game.
So even I don't think we'll get to like defensive game like Super Bowl 50.
We're not getting Patriots Rams.
Yeah, we're not getting Patriots Rams.
38-30.
Even if we get a game like last year, that's still win over 50 points.
Still
So we're
No,
good.
yeah, like I think 20 to 24 is probably your score line, and that's that's six touchdowns. Oh, sorry. Okay, the way I've got it is 5 touchdowns and 3 field goals.
Yeah, I will say Eagles, and I will say trying to figure out the math so I can make this work. I will say 31. I'll say 31-28.
No,
yeah, that's over 50.
no. I was like, wasn't that the score last time? But no, it was 40.
No,
last time was 38.
It was 38-35.
Oh,
Yeah. It's crazy.
So yeah, I think it goes a little bit down, but I still think it's going to be a pretty high scoring affair. Now let's talk about some bets. I'm assuming.
No, I don't.
Well,
have
I'll talk about.
I don't
bets.
have any for me
Because I have some bets.
What a
You've got
twist.
some. I'm
Chances
depressed,
got
so I'm
this
not
this
betting. I'm broke.
Yeah, so I do have some props out. I mean, like I said, I have money on both the Eagles and the Chiefs. As long as the shootout, I win either way. As long as one of those two. I mean, why I say it was one of those two? It's not gonna be somebody else. Some touchdown props. I think Saquon anytime's a good one. I think Jalen Hurts is an easy one. Travis Kelce's odds for anytime touchdown, I think, are like astoundingly low.
Getting one.
Yeah. Most people are assuming he'll get one.
And I also do like the odds of an AJ Brown touchdown because, like in big moments, like in big games, Hurt does like to go to him, and he does find the end zone.
I think Goddard's a
Sneaky one for me might be Worthy anytime.
Worthy's not bad.
Worthy anytime.
But it's rushing because they use him in the run game as well, so it's easier for him to get one.
Yeah, that one. Patrick. Actually, you could probably Patrick
Mahomes rushing.
Mahomes rushing might be one because they don't do designed runs for Mahomes anymore. They don't do the tush push at all for Mahomes. So you're not so like the odds are going to be pretty high on that. But if it's first and goal and they're on the 10-yard line or 8-yard line, I can see it happening.
That's good odds.
Yeah. But yeah, those are my bets for this Sunday. I am so excited to watch the game. I cannot wait to see what either way, something really cool is going to happen. I will see a team three-peats, which is funny because I picked in most of the Super Bowls, I picked the Chiefs to win. Like the only 2 times I haven't picked the Chiefs when they played this team.
Yeah. I mean,
I picked them against the Niners both times. I picked them against the Bucks. Fucking thank you, Chiefs. Thank you.
I've picked the Chiefs every time so far. Just like I've picked.
And you've almost always been right.
I've picked them all 5 times. And look, we didn't really it's kind of very similar to the last. Actually, no. It's a lot more evenly matched than it was last time. Because remember last time
these 2 teams played?
The last time when these 2 teams played, we went through every position.
Yeah.
I remember that we went through every position. And the entire time we were like, the Eagles are better. The Eagles are better. The Eagles are better. The Eagles are better. And the 2 positions they weren't, quarterback and tight end. That was it. And what happened? It was close. This time it's a lot closer.
Well, also we didn't count on the really, really not great fields in Arizona. The grass being bad, we didn't count on that. So
that did. I will look. That was the right call. It was it was a hold, but
I said the grass. I said the grass.
Oh, the grass. Sorry, I
The
think you said
grass, not the grab.
But yeah,
I said enough about that hold. I do still think it's kind of bullshit, but whatever. That was years ago. But like, the point is, you cannot let it come down to a fringe call like that.
No, that's going to be the thing for the Eagles as well. It's like you can't if you're gonna win this, you got to win it. You can't and here that's the other thing that can't happen in this game for the Eagles.
Dumb penalties.
Dumb
yes.
penalty. That's a big thing, and that's on Sirianni, and that will be on Sirianni. You have to end the game with the ball. You
probably
cannot. If this comes down to if it is a 1-score game and Mahomes has the ball, congratulations on you're losing the Super Bowl.
No,
like it's
especially if you only need a field goal.
But that's all. If
I know, even though it wouldn't even
if with a minute left, Mahomes has the ball and he needs less than 7 points, congratulations, Chiefs, on your 3-peat. Like it's inevitable. It will happen.
You need to give them less than 13 seconds.
Well, yeah, like
and make sure they have no timeouts.
If they get the ball back, it has to be less than.
Yeah, but even that, you need to be up by 9. Like I just straight up, you have to if you want to give
or
them
the full 8, at least the full 8.
Like I've not even the.
I know, not even.
You know, because then you're risking overtime, and we saw that last year. So
okay, well, if you're in overtime, defer.
Yeah, exactly. With the new rules, you don't have to take the ball.
Yeah, I like this. This is going to go to 1, whoever plays more mistake-free football, and 2, who wants it more.
Yeah.
Do you want your first rings? Like, do you want your first rings more than they want 3-peat? Do you want 3-peat more than they want their first rings?
But you say that they want it more. I don't. I think this Chiefs wants history. They're named Etch in history, because here's the thing: there's a real chance no one else. Like if they lose this game, Travis Kelce is never 3-peating ever. Like that's my point.
He also retired this year.
But that's what I mean. Like Mahomes has half a chance of maybe doing it again if because he's young enough. Chris Jones will never 3-peat. There are players on this team that are too old to ever 3-peat.
Yeah, well, but you got 3 rings. Take it and shut the fuck up. Moving on.
I just think, and there's the part that no one says.
Which part?
Well, it's been said a lot, but we haven't mentioned it. If Mahomes ever wants to beat Brady, that's a fucking big bullet.
That's a big.
That's a big bullet that he never had. That I've got the 3-peat. You never got it. But hey, guess what? The one that this is also the 3-peat no one ever talks about. The Eagles have stopped one before.
That's true.
Against the Patriots, right?
Yeah. So it's one that no one talks about because it's not technically a 3-peat attempt because it's in the middle.
Yeah.
But
still,
it's a
it would have been a 3-peat.
It would have been a 3-peat if it wasn't for Nick Foles. It would have been a 3-peat.
The Badgers saying that. If it wasn't, thank God, Nick. Thank you, Arizona's own Nick Foles.
And it's also, it's a revenge game for. Oh my God, that's the other.
I think the Eagles. I'm also picking the Eagles because they want to stick it to Carson Wentz.
Yeah, if Carson Wentz wins another ring as a backup, I'm going to laugh so hard.
They'll never let him forget it.
They will never let him forget. Yeah. All right, but that's going to do it for us here this week. We'll be back next week to talk about what actually did happen in the Super Bowl. But until then, Connor, we'll find you
on Twitter and Letterboxd, and then just here for the time being.
Jacob,
you guys can find me pretty much everywhere at Jacob London or Weird Accent. I am also breaking controllers trying to get this goddamn Crash Bandicoot Platinum. So yeah,
never actually played a Crash Bandicoot. I kind of want to get into it.
Oh, it's fun.
You'll break a controller.
It's fun. You're gonna tear your hair out, but it's fun.
It's infuriating.
Find me on Twitter. _Chance_91. Check out the Choice by Chance, the podcast. Our episode on top 20 performances of 2024 will be out very soon, as well as our top 10, which will be on this channel. Russell and I both wanted to catch up on some stuff that we just felt deserved our attention. Like there's a movie I just saw that will be in my top 10 that I'm really glad I saw before I finalized the list. So yeah, that's gonna do it for us here. Thanks for watching. Happy Super Bowl Sunday. We will see you next.